Hey guys, what's up? How we doing? Now listen, celebrities are going to hate me for this because they paid millions to learn this, but I'm going to teach you for free. Come here. I'm going to teach you how to create a unique brand for yourself. Now forget about everything you've read or heard about branding. Before we create a unique brand, you first need to know what a brand is. This particular word. Now, there are a lot of marketers and social media. Everybody is talking about brand. They make it like a humongous thing, like it's so complicated. No, you first need to simplify what brand is. What is a brand? A brand is how you make people feel. Listen to what I'm saying very well. It's how you make people feel when they interact with you. Forget about the look. Obviously, I'm wearing, my this thing, but it is not the look. You see, that's the thing. That's a mistake a lot of people make. They try to focus on the look rather than the feeling. You get me? The perception about the product or the service you are offering all boils down to emotions, feelings. Now, that's the thing that people get wrong. The reason why I'm saying this is because of one word: focus. Focus is very, very important because it gives you a tunnel vision. Now, if I'm to depict it, this is how everybody is. Everybody is focusing on so many things at one time, right? Our mind can multitask. They lie to us that our mind can multitask, but I can't multitask. Now, if you focus on one thing, it gives you the tunnel vision to forget about what it looks like right now. But so now that we've defined what a brand is, you need to now have or find one thing, which is the vision. Define your vision and message. Now the question is, how do you want people to feel when they interact with you? I didn't say look, I said feel. Listen to my words. Okay, look at me right now. What do you think about when you look at me? Noodle hair, this thing, blah, 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 blah. But that's not why you come to me. Why do you come to me, or why do you even stay to watch my video? Because I make you, listen, feel enlightened every time you watch my video. I make you feel smart. I make you feel like you've learned something. I make you feel like you're getting knowledge. I make you feel happy. I make you feel like you're on the right path. I make you feel encouraged. Are you seeing? Now that is the brand. That is it. That is it. Focus. You see the way I'm describing everything to you, right? Everything is all boiling down to feelings. Exactly. Now let's relate all that to music. Let me ask you a question. What comes to your mind when you think about a singer like Adele? What comes to your mind? Heartbreak, love, soothing voice, sensual. I feel cool. I feel happy. You see, you've not even talked about her dressing. Some people don't even know how she dresses. You don't even remember that. But you're talking about how she makes you feel when she sings. Now, Beyonce. Somebody will say Beyonce, her charisma, when she's dancing on stage, you feel happy. You're like, yeah, her voice is so powerful. She can go out, she can come down. She was there when my first heartbreak, my last heart. Are you getting me? Exactly. Speed Darlington. Now, when I mention Speed Darlington, some of you might have laughed. Now, that's a feeling. Laughter. I like Speed Darlington though. Bang, da, dang. See, I'm sure most of you will be asking why I'm stressing on this fact like that. Now, the reason why I'm doing that is that, see, this is your brain, right? Your brain has so much processing power, right? So what you focus on takes your time. Now, if like, let's say I'm doing a work or I'm reading a book or something, and then somebody comes to ask me a question, how do you do this? I need an advice, I need that. I've moved my focus from my reading of the book to trying to give the person advice, right? So that means that I've taken some of my processing power. And if I have to think about it, the person is giving me an idea or something to talk about, I'm removing some of my processing power to the person to tell the person something. So the question is, what if you focus? Now let's describe the brand, what everybody thinks about the brand. I wrote some notes down. The brand is what? Your logo, look, your dressing, and then the feeling. I'm just giving just a few. These are 4, just examples, there are more. Now, if I focus on this and this and this, right, and I leave this, I'm using all the processing brain power on this, but this thing is not going to get me any results, right? 0%. The main thing that's going to get me the result is this, the feeling. So why don't I just forget about the logo now, forget about the look now, forget about the dressing now, and focus on the feeling? Now that is the vision. So how do I want people to feel every time they interact with me? So that's it. Like, just forget about, oh my goodness, I don't have dresses, I don't have the look, I don't look well, I don't know. Just focus all your attention on this, the feeling. Ask yourself this question. Now, this is self-introspection that I can't tell you. You have to ask yourself, how do you want to make people feel when they interact with you? And I want you to note something. Every single feeling is valid. Don't think a good feeling is good and a bad feeling is bad. No. It depends on you. Every single feeling is valid. Do you want them to feel happy? Do you want them to feel sad? Do you want them to feel angry? Do you want them to feel enlightened? And trust me, the people who want that feeling will always gravitate towards you. Haven't you seen, like, when people talk about, you know, the forbidden thing of politics, and some people get angry. So somebody just sits up, I want to get angry this morning. Who do I watch? Go and watch somebody blasting maybe the current government or something. Like, you get what I mean? Exactly. So the thing is that you just have to choose, okay, what do I want my audience to feel? I want them to feel something. I do that thing, or I do more of that thing. And so now every time my audience wants that, they gravitate towards me because I'm the person that can give them that feeling. Now, if I relate all that to music, what is music? Well, music is something that sounds pleasing to the ear, right? So I can make somebody have an angry feeling out of my music, happy feeling, sad. You see, it's broad for everyone. Now, the thing is that all those things, how do I do it? By my instrumentals, my lyrics. Some people don't even listen to the lyrics. You know, there's this song in Ute Papa Ute, Ute Papa Ute. I just realized that the song is about somebody that the father abandoned him and stuff. But the song jams, you understand? So lyrics, instrumentals, approach. You can't start to write or you can't start to create music if you have not defined your vision of how you want to make the people feel when they listen to your music or when they interact with your music. Then you have to now decide that. And then after that, you start to create the music and you start to jot down. There's something that we call first principles. I've said this thing before, right? You have to ask yourself questions until you get to a point you can't ask yourself questions. Like, why do I want to be rich? I want to be rich because, you know, then I can share money for my family. Why do you want to share money for your family? There's this man in my family who doesn't like me. I want him to feel jealous. Why do you want him to feel jealous? I want him to feel jealous because I want him to know that I can do it myself. Why do you want him to know that you can do it yourself? Because they don't like me. Why don't they like you? I don't know why. I want to feel accepted. Okay, so then you boil all of that and you realize that, okay, you want to feel accepted. That's why you want to get money. You understand? Then you now try to, why don't I bypass all these things and just how do I feel accepted without all this stress? Do you understand? So everything is about first principle. So the first principle of the branding is the feeling. So now that we've gotten that, then we move to the next step, step number 2. Develop a unique sound and style. After you finish point number 1 is where you go to point number 2. And the point number 2 is to develop a unique sound for yourself. You have already defined what or how you want them to feel. So now the unique sound is the place where you are going to do a lot of thinking too. You get me? Now there's this particular video I made teaching you exactly how to find your unique sound or how you bring out the feeling that you want from the audience. I'm going to place it here. And guys, I entreat all of you to check it out. You understand? You could, pause this video, go and check it out and then come back here. You understand? Because that one is going to explain to you into detail how exactly you can achieve the feeling from the unique sound. Let's proceed. If you have watched that particular video, you realize that all of that came with different feelings, right? Then, like I said, this is the place that you're going to spend in a lot of your time here, and you have to do it very well. And don't rush it, because this particular side is the side of trial and error. Like I told you, I said in my last video, you can't stand out if you are doing what everybody is doing. You can only stand out if everybody is going 0, you go 1. You understand? There's this rule in investing. They say be fearful when others are greedy and be greedy when others are fearful. You do the opposite of what everybody is doing, you stand out. It's just like the bad apple. Everybody's white and you are black inside. Obviously, you're going to stand out in some countries. Right, okay, so right now everybody is doing Afrobeat, right? I'm a piano. At this point, you're not going to stand out. We need a new innovation. Let me give you guys an idea, a secret idea, right? Pay attention, listen closely. How about we use the bass line of salsa in our Afrobeat songs? Now listen, this is where the thinking comes in. This is one idea. So you could be the guy who always has the salsa bass line in your Afrobeat. So now you are developing a unique thing for yourself. Everybody knows that when this guy is singing, as soon as he's singing, you hear the bass line, doom, 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 doom. Now you have to understand, okay, so what is the salsa bass line? Let me explain it to you. Let me take a song like Jealous by Fireboy. I'm going to teach you something. Now guys, the thing we are doing is that we are trying to discover a unique genre for ourselves by taking the Fireboy Jealous song and trying to see what we can come up with. You get me? First of all, this is how it sounds like. Okay, so now this is how it goes. Listen to the bass. Now guys, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to see how salsa bass is played, right? And how is salsa bass played? Salsa bass is played off beat, you get me? So listen. Ka, 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 izun, ka, 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 izun, ka, ka, You see? Now, if we listen to the Jealous by Fireboy, it has a way of playing his bass. Now listen very carefully. This is how he plays it. 2, 3, go. Are you seeing it? Exactly. Now you see what I said. Now if I'm going to play salsa bass on the Jealous, watch carefully. It's going to be like this. 1, 2, Do you get me? And salsas, they like to use a lot of piano, so So you start slow, you experiment. There are different genres. Now listen, let me tell you something. Come here. A creative person is a person who has the ability to steal from different sources, bring them together, and make it his or her own. Uniqueness. Do you understand? There's nothing new under the sun. So like I told you, we have different genres in the world. Discover them, find them. What can you join together? You create that instrumental, pioneer it, make sure everybody knows that you are the one who brought it out. Then you create the unique brand for yourself. You are able to propagate it well, sell yourself well, other people follow. And all you need is one of the big people or the top people in the industry to just hop on it. You've created a new genre. Do you understand? Exactly. So like I said, in this particular one, you could call it Afro Salsa. Find the elements of salsa that you could include in the elements of Afrobeat, and then what do you have? Afro salsa. I'm going to keep the rest of the ideas to myself. I mean, I can't share all of them. And listen guys, I'm creating a community where you guys can get to interact with me and I can train you and coach you one-on-one. You understand? It's not yet ready. It's almost done. I'm going to make you guys know when it is ready, but I promise you, anybody who joins will be enlightened. Trust me on that one. Yes, from this unique sound, we go to the point number 3, which I kind of love and it's like my shtick. 3, story. Leverage storytelling. Bro, this word, some people don't really acknowledge it, but this is very, very important. Can't stress this enough. See, anybody who watches UFC knows Francis Ngannou. Why do you like Francis Ngannou? He's a Cameroonian who came from Cameroon, entered the boat, went through the sea, those Libya routes, fish, sharks, seas, everything went. He was homeless. He went to jail, went to the boxing ring. He was poor, blah, blah. And then he finally met some guy, blah, blah, and he became the UFC champion. You understand? Now that is a story, a progressive story. A lot of people like the underdog story, you get me? Yes. But that's the thing. That's the story. Listen. A story is what makes you gravitate towards someone. It's what makes you feel like you know the person. Feel like you know the person. Like the person. Love the person. Emotions. The story. You understand? And one of the most important things in a story is, watch the board. Any storyteller or any writer should know these things. But and therefore. But and oh my goodness, this is one of the top secrets in storytelling. Trust me. See, I was going to tell you another thing very, very important, but you see, you're waiting for me to say something. Exactly, you're anticipating the but. When I say the but, you're like, that story. Story is about tension and release. Tension and release. That's the thing. When you're creating a story, you have to understand that. And then the therefore is, I did this. Therefore, I had to go here. So I gave him the money. So therefore, when he saw me, he gave me back gold. Do you understand? But and therefore, I'm going to create like a separate topic on story. You understand? Because it's very, very broad. Because that's one of the most intricate details when you're creating a unique brand for yourself. You need to know how to tell your story. Even if you have to not lie a bit, after you've gotten what you want, and the truth will come out. But at that time, people have felt like they like you already. You understand? So as an artist, you want to make them feel. Why should they like you? Because you are interactive, because you are funny, because you are relatable. Your story is their story. They want to get to where you want to get to, but you are doing the same thing that they wanted to do, and you've gotten there. So you encourage them. You inspire them. Feelings. So now I want you to ask yourself this question. What do you want to write about? Who are you? Create a visual identity. You see how this one is coming last? Like we've created 1, the feeling, 2, the unique sound, 3, the story, 4, the visual element. Now that's when the logo, this particular one, I don't know if I do plenty, will you guys buy? Your logo, your looks, your dressing, all those things. You understand? I'm doing this particular video to encourage the people who don't particularly have the resources to be able to cop all these things or focus on the dressing, your logo, packaging, all those things. You understand? Like, let it be the last particular thing. See this guy like this, Pella on TikTok, right? Guy is not the best dresser, not the best, most articulate person, not the best. I can go on and on. But why do people like him? Because of how he makes them feel. 1, he's relatable. 2, he's funny. 3, he is, I could go on and on for that one too. He talks like that. So like, everybody feels different emotions. Some people hate him. Some people like him. Some people, why are we giving this guy this kind of hype and all those things, blah, blah. But all those emotions are very, very important. If I want to get angry today, maybe I don't like Pella. If I want to get angry today, I go to Pella, get angry, come back. Who's this guy? If I want to be happy today, somebody goes for their happiness. So all of that is feeling. My boy, my girl, my brother, my sister, try to calm down with the visual elements. You know, that one is very, very important. Your package, the way you package yourself and all those things. But just try and focus more on how you make the people feel. After you have done that, you could move on to the visual elements. Look at the Nike logo. This is the Nike logo, right? Right, okay. How does this thing tell you that just do it? How? Just do what? This is just like correct, right? But now it tells us just do it. Do you know why it tells us that? Because of the story they've propagated to us. Because of the people associated with it. We see athletes and all those things running, pushing and all those things. It's the feeling that they give us that we can push through our limits. That's why now when we see this and we say, oh yeah, we just do it. We want it. Are you getting what I mean? Are you getting it? Just want to encourage you this particular morning, afternoon, evening, whichever time you are watching it. Don't stop. Just follow these rules that I gave you, and trust me, you're going to create a very unique brand for yourself. You just have to go back, sit back, and then look within yourself and understand yourself, and then think of what you want to bring to the world. And trust me, you never regret it. So I hope you learned a lot from this particular video, and until then, be creative.